but jam on there. I'm on earth, these the last days. Throw your get money, quiet storm, have it dogs. For the cream, renegade. For the money, Ole Green is the I'm a player on the late night tip. So see the prototype. Fingertips, reservoir dog, to the skull, ignorant. Can I live? Still film it, kiss to death, forever take your neck. Three boys in the Cadillac, grave digger, kiss to death, forever take your neck. Shame on the
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And, Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. He introduced himself with authority on that play.
Here's Watson now on second down. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second is Watson. And that's complete. It's Allington. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at third down here. Out of the gun, Watson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Ready! Ready! Get up! Ready, set up!
for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Here's Coleman. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That was a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
Ryan. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
Let's go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 19 yards that time for number 19. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I'd make a little joke and say, you know some big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Watson on first down. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll try the air now with Watson, buying time to his left. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And Ellington has it, middle of the field. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Oh, now he bowls him over. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Watson hands this to Foreman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reynolds. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A shotgun snap for Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Again, it's Watson. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the play. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Here's Foreman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. He's going to get it running right. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are in for 6. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
12 more yards there and another first down. On first down, Ryan. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing throwing again. Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw again is Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's Ryan. Wide open receiver, complete. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now Ryan. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. This will be, 38 yards out. And Bryant's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll toss it to Coleman. And he's got some space here. And a cut to the right and some open field here. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Caught on the right side by Jones. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's Ryan to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the 1st half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now it's Ryan. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Watson. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, it's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Hey, Tuesday. Let it go.
Now Ryan on first down. And Davis has it over the middle. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal.
Still ready, set. Still ready. 20.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal.
Ready.
Here's Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
On third and goal, Ryan. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they'll go with the ground attack here. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on second is Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back now in Atlanta. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And they'll run it here. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Shrugs him off. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Watson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he stopped immediately there. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And it's caught over the middle, Hooper. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. A really nice Nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. After the penalty, here's Freeman. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some...
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the fourth. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Watson. Dancing to his left. The catch made by Miller. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. And they'll go on the ground. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From the gun, here's Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. To the air yet again, Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Watson looks to throw again. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. He'll be stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't free him. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now Foreman. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They'll look to throw. It fights him off. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Ryan to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And some room to maneuver. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Here's Ryan. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that time.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago. And
I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
After the interception, here's Watson. Pass incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now it's Watson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is going to be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Ready! Ready! Let's go!
After the interception, here's Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And before the 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Let's go.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
11. Ready! 30! 20! 20! Ready, go!
Throwing now is Ryan. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. DJ Reader busting through to get him for a loss of 6. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Ryan on 1st down. That escapes the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Brandon Dunn forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Watson, his first throw of OT. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Flushed out right. Oh, so close, but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Ryan. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. It's caught by Davis. Finding room inside the 40. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He got 29 yards that time.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 23. Here's Coleman on the toss. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Hey, Tuesday.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And finding the tight end Hooper. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. So they're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. As you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. So it's all up to the other Matty Ice, Matt Bryant now. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Falcons, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.